If it's okay, I'm gonna still record it.
Yeah, works. Who would like to start us off? Kent?
Hey, congratulations. Hey, Bridget, Coach was talking before the game just about how your confidence level just continues to kind of grow, and not just necessarily in your shooting, but in your aggression and your leadership. Can you just talk about kind of where you're at this point? I mean, it seems like you're playing the best ball that you've ever played for the Lynx.
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of a lot of things. I think, being in the same franchise for a long time and knowing what Cheryl wants, knowing what the coaches want, having played with Kayla for a number of years, with Fee for a number of years, Dorka and Diamond last year. I'm just really comfortable and confident in who I am with this team. And knowing the coaches want me to be aggressive, they're on me every single game. They always remind me to play like my Team Canada self every single game. Katie's always in my ear about that, and that kind of just lights my fire every time I step on the court. So yeah, I'm just having fun right now, and the way we play, I think, really helps my style of game too, and getting open shots. And then our spacing's really good, and just being able to seek the paint a little more than I have in the past years. But yeah, I think it's a combination of a lot of things.
If you could, either one of you or both of you, just talk about just how quickly you got off the mark tonight. I mean, I think 9 different players scored in the first quarter. The ball was moving all over the place. Fee again watching, but it seemed like a far different game than the Washington game.
Yeah, I mean, I think, that's just the strength of our team. We have really good players, and obviously losing Fee was huge for us. She's our motor, our leader, and I think everybody took it a little bit personal that, one of our sisters out. So, everybody always ready to come in and contribute, and we could see how deep is that, our team, and the bench is coming in scoring. So I think that's just our strength of our team, and it's a collective win. And I think that's just, going forward, especially if we out, that's how we have to play every single night.
One last one for me, just if one of you two could talk just about how Chechi seems to be just kind of getting more and more confident as the season goes on.
Yeah, she's been huge for us. I mean, she has been, since the first game. She's a pro, and she's been a pro for a long time. And I know she hasn't been with the Lynx for a long time, but again, she knows the franchise, and she came in here confident in who she is. And she adds that extra spark off the bench for us, and she's aggressive, and we need her to score. And, when she's in double figures, it's so hard to guard us. And we have, 5 players on the court that are starting that can score. And then we have Chechi coming off the bench that's, firing away, shooting incredible from 3 and just being aggressive. She can do everything. She can assist, she can drive, she can shoot the 3, and create her own shot if she needs to. So she's been a great addition to our team this year, and her maturity and just who she is as a player and a teammate has been really, really awesome.
Thank you.
Andrew?
Yeah, congrats on the win. I just wanted to ask, Dorka, you're coming in for Fee, and BCU came in for Diamond earlier this year. Just what is that transition from going from that bench role to a starter and then being able to excel as a starter?
I think it's the same mindset, no matter whether you're starting or coming off the bench, but just kind of, bringing something on the court, being a difference maker. I think at least that's how I'm looking at it. Even if coming off the bench or now starting with Fee out, just how can I impact the game? And I think that's just huge. Having that mindset of, obviously making up for Fee is impossible. It can be hey, I'm trying to take over and be Fee, because Fee is just 101, so I think it's just a collective effort. And I think every single one of us, obviously BC, me, but everybody coming off the bench is embracing that role, just adding a little bit more to kind of so we're not feeling Fee's missing as much. Obviously we're always going to miss her, but that's just the mindset, no matter whether we're starting or not, just having that aggressive mindset and just making sure that we're impacting the team and impacting the game positively, obviously.
BC, I'll ask this one to you. Last year the defensive struggles of the Lynx was kind of a mainstay of the season. This year, top of the league, we're at past the midway point of the season. Just what has that turnaround been like for you guys?
Yeah, it's been fun. Playing defense with this team is fun, because there's so much trust there. And we, if there is a mismatch, we trust that there's going to be help on the backside. If someone does get beat because we want to pressure the ball and make things hard, we trust that there's going to be help rotating for us, and we just scramble. And 1 through 5, it doesn't matter who you're closing out to. There's a trust there, and everyone's willing to dig in and make things difficult for the other team. So I think that's the fun part. We like making things hard. We don't want to we know how hard it is to play against teams that are physical and like trying to push through screens and rotating really fast. So we want to be that team defensively. And again, it was the emphasis. I know we talked about it from day one in training camp, and so it's just carried us through the season. And we've had some games that haven't been as good, but we learn from it every time.
Thank you.
Terry, then Brad.
Congratulations to you both, and thank you for taking some time tonight. I'll piggyback on Andrew's question a little bit. You guys went into the third quarter having built a pretty substantial lead, and I think 3 of the first 4 possessions and defensive possessions in the third quarter were shot clock violation, turnover on the Spark side. Just kind of what was the message of during halftime, and how did you guys come out with so much intensity to kind of keep that momentum going in the third quarter?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think, it's kind of like we emphasize it every single game, how we start the game is crucial, but also like just coming out of the halftime, especially having that lead, like just having that mentality to like still come out popping. Obviously they're a great team playing at home. We knew they're gonna just be more aggressive, obviously defensively and offensively as well. So that was definitely a message in the locker room, that to make sure that we come out still being aggressive and just leading with our defense. And obviously in the fourth quarter, we kind of let down a little bit with the intensity, but I think overall, we did a great job of just imposing our will on defense and just being more physical than them most of the time. So, but that's always a message every single game, just to make sure that obviously in the halftime, we're not just kind of like, oh, we're up and just give the lead a little bit back. So I think it was great, and I think that's we have to do every single game.
And last one for me, BC, after the prior win in LA earlier this year, you had mentioned that you've had good games in LA before you're comfortable in this arena. You're currently shooting 100% from 3-point range in LA this season. 3 straight games with 4 or more threes for you in this arena. So I just gotta ask: is it something in the water? Is it something in the air? Just playing at crypto.com arena just really seems to suit you.
Yeah, I guess so. No, I don't know. Something about the seats are black. I think it's something I don't know. I shoot well here, and so now it's like on my mind every time we come back. But no, I found myself in good places, I feel like, and just knocked them down. That's still fun.
Yeah, it is
Hopefully it's
crazy.
convenient.
Thank you both. Congrats on the win.
Brad, and then Frank.
Yes, hi ladies, congrats on the dub this evening. You've been speaking about the contributions of everyone on the team. Can you speak to how the bench are played this evening and what their role is going to be when you guys come back from the break?
Yeah, the bench has been, huge for us all season. I know we always talk about how deep our team is, and that's what makes us so hard to guard for a full 40 minutes. They're really important for us. End of quarters and the beginning of quarters. I know, that was what my life was like when I came off the bench for a number of years. Like, you're ready to come in at the end of a quarter and execute at the end of the quarter and then start the next quarter. And they know their role. They're really living into that. Obviously, Chechi's been huge for us. Natisha has been incredible and just keeping the pace up and facilitating the offense when she comes in. Diamond's finding her way back. She's going to be even better and better every single game. And obviously, Alyssa knocking down threes is big for us. But yeah, their role is huge for us, and they're going to play minutes, especially, when we have injuries like we do right now.
Thank you, ladies.
Dorka, you guys, there was a point, I think, where they cut it to 5 in the second quarter, and then you guys just, I think, scored them like 15-4. Just went on that run. What was kind of the mindset there in that second quarter, as they sort of, you had such a great first quarter, and then they had kind of clawed back a little bit. What was going through your heads out there?
I think, obviously we know that, LA's a good team, so they're going to go and run. So I think it's more like just kind of figuring out what was going on. And obviously our defense wasn't really good, and just, we couldn't really find the right shots, not making those shots. So I think it was just kind of going back to the basics, the foundation of how we have to play on defense, and just really locking into it. But I don't think, it was anything special other than just keep playing our defense, just keep doing what we're doing, and just make sure that maybe turn up the gear a little bit and just be more aggressive, defensively, and also just go out in transition and get buckets. Because I think, you know, that's our strength, to just go in transition and make sure after a defensive stop we can get out and get some easy buckets.
Thanks.
Any final questions? Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.